far away from humans, the world called Eternia, where we see young boy named Prince Adam with other kids undergo training to be the future warrior. The training is supervised by a soldier known as Man-at-Arms, hoping to get recognition as warrior from his father, King Randor, who is difficult and does not forgive easily. King Randor shows up during one session and publicly tests Adam's courage by making him battle him with a real blade. Adam loses terribly because he is totally outmatched. Eternos is heavily attacked that evening. Duncan demonstrates his abilities when attempting to evacuate Randor's family to Grey Skull while the army retaliates, but he is ultimately vanquished by Cronus, a cyborg adversary who leaves him with a timed explosion. Teela and Duncan barely avoid the explosion. Skeletor, the man behind it all, emerges as Randor's family is besieged. Determined to dominate Eternos and all of Eternia, Skeletor takes Randor's crown after Adam and Marina escape. When they arrive at the sword's chamber, Marina asks the sorceress to establish a portal so Adam can use the sword to flee to Earth, her home planet. Before they can finish, Skeletor launches an attack. The sorceress gives Adam a brief last message before holding the connection so he can go on his own. After losing the sword in the confusion, Adam survives unscathed but terrified. Next, the film jumps to 15 years later. Adam lives a normal life like other normal people on planet Earth, doing a regular job as human resource consultant. At the same time, he is spending a lot of time on social media, asking about the Sword of Power that he lost when he was transported on Earth through portal by a white witch. Even as adult, Adam still remembers what happened 15 years ago. He keeps telling a story to his friends about his previous life, but no one believed him. They think it's absurd and dismiss it. One of his friend named Hussein believed that Adam is highly traumatized in previous life. Adam did not lose hope. He kept every sketch of Eternia he can recall in order to maintain his true identity, but no one believes him. He uses those sketches multiple times to search for the sword online while at his office. Susie, his boss, is already aware of his addiction and has threatened to dismiss him. He instantly left at his boss office, after receiving a message someone claiming to know where the sword is. The lead brings him to a comic book store where the sword is displayed on a statue. He forces the sword out of the statue hands, gets labeled as a thief, and fails to activate it. His chances of returning home disappearing instantly. Despite this, he flees. The following day, while heading to the police station, he is attacked by a creature known as Beastman, who is clearly pursuing him for the sword. Adam narrowly escapes until Teela shows up and scares Beastman away. She gets him onto her interdimensional ship and clarifies that the sword has been emitting a signal all along, which is how Skeletor's forces found it. She then pilots him back to Eternia. The world Adam returns to lies in ruins under Skeletor's control, and neither he nor his companion notices Tricops following them. Beastman informs Skeletor about the sword's whereabouts, but after being punished for not securing it, he's sent out once more, Skeletor consumed by the desire to obtain godlike power. Despite already ruling Eternia with a powerful army, Skeletor warns his Lieutenant Evil to stay out of his path. Adam and Teela arrive at a hidden refuge housing survivors of Skeletor's tyranny. There, Adam meets resistance fighters Malcolm and Ramen. Dian, a former classmate who once bullied him, leads them to a restroom but accidentally locks them inside. Trapped, Adam encounters Roboto, a high-level combat robot repurposed into a servant. Roboto forces the door open, and Teela manages to wake Duncan, her adoptive father, just as the hideout comes under attack. As Adam is cornered while helping the group escape, he recalls the sorceress's final words and activates the sword's power, transforming into a warrior whose strength far exceeds that of any ordinary person. Even after putting down the sword, he manages to overpower Cronus, rips off his arm, and clears the area, getting everyone onto Teela's ship. An aerial battle then ensues. With the ship damaged, Adam goes outside to fight directly. He throws an attacking soldier away before they can hit him, but the ship still crashes into a forest, separating him from the group. Skeletor's forces capture the remaining Eternian resistance and execute a hero named Mosman for refusing to acknowledge Adam's identity. In order to save Diane from the same punishment, Malcolm reveals the truth. Adam is actually the long-lost prince of Eternos. Teela, who has recovered from the crash, sets out to find him. Duncan, inspired by their fight, decides to take up arms once more. Adam, regaining consciousness, hears the sorceress speaking to him through a bird, assuring him that he is destined to bring peace back to Eternia. In his final words, Randor admits that he was hard on Adam because he wanted him to be strong enough to survive. Grief leaves Adam vulnerable, and Skeletor ultimately defeats him, taking the sword and imprisoning him with his friends, where he reunites with Marina. Skeletor can't activate the sword, no matter how many times he speaks the words. Evil Lyn admits she can complete a ritual to awaken it, but only at Castle Grey's Skull. He rushes there. In the cell, Duncan and Adam share their failures and regain their resolve. Remembering Landor's words, Adam reunites with the talking tiger Klinger and unites the imprisoned heroes into one team of heroic warriors. Duncan restores Roboto to full fighting strength. Together, they break out of the cell, defeat the remaining guards, and capture Grayskull's ship. Outside the castle, Ramen, Malcolm, and Diane thwart the surrounding security, while Adam, Teela, and Klinger sneak inside to stop the ritual. Duncan and Loboto assist them, destroying the bridge and cutting off the reinforcements, but Cronus arrives in a gunship and tears Loboto apart, attacking Duncan and finally finishing him off with an explosive charge. At the start of the ceremony, Adam grabs the sword within. Skeletor's sorcery causes the sword to break during the next battle. Skeletor stabs Adam with a broken blade after invading his mind with terrible illusions, believing he is now helpless. Adam experiences a vision of the sorceress revealing the truth as he is dying. The hero who wields the sword is the source of its power, not the weapon itself. Adam awakens it by something different, his humanity, while previous heroes did so through physical prowess. Using that, he transforms again, restoring the sword and himself. He offers Skeletor one final opportunity to put a stop to the conflict amicably. Instead, Skeletor chuckles and launches an actual fight. Adam throws all of the sword's strength on Skeletor, breaking his staff in an explosion strong enough to rip Skeletor's skull from his body. After 6 months, Queen Morena has reinstated Eternos. Duncan displays Roboto's complete repair as the valiant soldiers assemble peacefully. Now hailed as Eternia's rescuer, Adam renames himself He-Man. Adam goes to respond to a distress call that Roboto receives from a nearby community. In another scene, Orko, a sorcerer, suggests he has been involved in the events all along. After a protracted absence, Princess Adora, Adam's twin sister, is seen fighting in a hazardous area. Evil Lyn retrieves Skeletor's skull in the last scene, seemingly getting ready to bring him back. And that's where the movie ends.